Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the latest brand new episode of your favorite podcast, Thirsty Tales. Today, we have with us this legend of a man right here, DJ, wait for it, Gary, everybody.
What's good, guys? How's it going?
It's going really well. All right, thank you so much. How are you doing?
I'm great, honestly. Couldn't be better.
Could be better.
Couldn't be
That is the way to be. Couldn't be better. Perfect. Dude.
What's the fit like for today?
better. The fit is just basic hoodie. It's got some numbers on it that mean something
Alright.
to me, and my name behind.
Oh damn.
Perfect, man.
Aight,
You know,
okay.
guys, legit when he has like his name on his back, that's the way to be. Yeah. Okay, guys. So, question number 1. Mr. DJ Gary, which doesn't make any sense now that I say it.
Yes, sir.
How did you start your journey of DJing? What were your action steps in the beginning?
Well, this actually goes way before, like, when I was around, like, 13 or 14. I was just in my room. I swear to God, this is a true story.
Okay.
Right? I was playing Monopoly with a friend. 2 people. I'm not even joking. Like, Monopoly with 2 people.
Whoa.
In my room.
Alright.
And my friend comes across this video on YouTube, which is like a mix, like, you know, those 45-minute mixes of like EDM music and stuff.
Yeah.
And he showed me one of them, and I was like not really interested at first, because I was like,
Mhm.
you know, I'm not gonna listen to some 45-minute mix, right?
Right.
And then I heard it, and I was like, God damn, like, what is this music? Like, I really like this music. It was pure electronic music, obviously, and from that day, I was hooked to music. That's
Wow.
exactly how it started. And yeah, so I went to my mother, and I was
Okay.
like, Mom, I really like DJing. And she's like, what's DJing? I'm like,
Right.
I don't know if I could explain it to you. Like, you just push buttons on a mixer. And then now
Right.
I started to like learn what a mixer was and like how to
Mhm.
DJ and stuff. I didn't really go to a school to learn DJing, because I didn't find the need. I could just like watch videos on YouTube and like ask a few friends. And that's how I kind of came about DJing.
Interesting. And I mean, the best thing that I feel about this like story or like real life event is that you are actually an entrepreneur, and Monopoly is like the game most closely associated with business, with making money, with like, just becoming financially free and monopolizing everything. And the fact that your journey started from a game of Monopoly, that is so awesome.
Well, yeah, it's kind of cliche,
Right?
isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
It is. It's
kinda cliche. It's kind of a movie,
uncanny.
yeah.
It's uncanny, man. Yeah.
Wait, so when did you buy your first DJ set? So how did that come along? Because DJ sets are pretty expensive, so
Yeah, they're actually hilariously expensive.
Wait, how much, like, approximately right now, if I would go and buy like a beginner one?
I don't know.
Beginner one would cost you really
Thai
cheap.
baht?
Yeah, Thai baht. It would cost you really cheap, but I didn't start with that actually.
Oh,
So how
I
did you
started
start?
with an advanced mixer,
Oh, you started
and then I went to a beginner mixer. You feel me?
Whoa.
So-
And the fact that you actually didn't go to a DJ school, right?
No, I didn't.
You self-taught yourself.
Yeah.
Starting from an advanced one.
Yeah. So the story was, I was in high school in like year 11, grade 10,
Yeah.
and I had this friend. If you're watching this, you probably know the story, man. He was into DJing, and he was at the school of Bangkok Invaders, where DJ
Okay.
Buddha owns that place.
Oh.
Yeah, so he actually was learning music and DJing there, and he kind of lost passion for DJing. I think that's what I believe. Like, that's what I heard.
Right.
So he was kind of like giving his mixer away, and I
Right.
kind of heard that, and I was like, "Yo, could I like buy it off you?"
Ooh, nice.
And like in high school, like I'm just getting regular pocket money and stuff, and
Right.
like go to my parents like, "Yo, I want to buy an 8,000 baht mixer," and they're like, "What the hell?" Like,
What is he
hell
saying,
nah,
man?
right?
Right.
So I was like, "Dude, all right, I'll do you one." He said, "I'll do you one. Pay it to me in installments."
Oh.
And I was like, "That's actually a smart idea." And I was like, "All right, I'll pay you like 500 every 2 weeks until I cover it," and that's how I got my first mixer. And I had
That is so
no
cool.
clue how to play that thing. Like, I had
Right.
absolutely no clue. So what I did was I just went to the manual, like the actual manual, which
Right.
everyone throws away, and I went through every single line of that, and I was just like, oh, like this button's that, this button's that, and that's how I came about learning how to use the actual mixer,
Wow.
which is a Pioneer SB2. I still use it to today because I don't plan to upgrade, because it kind of gives me like remembrance of
Where you
how I
came
started
from.
out.
Where you came
Yeah,
from.
where I came from. So,
Right.
and right after that, like my brother, he knew that I was into DJing and stuff. He actually got me a mixer, but it was like a much like smaller and beginner
Right,
one.
right,
He had
right.
no idea, right? Like I was kind of into this already.
Right.
So he got me a really small one. I was like, dude, what's this? Like I'm already using the bigger one, and you gave me a smaller one, man.
Right.
So yeah, I still have those two till today, and I have many more mixers now. Yeah.
That's amazing. So, guys, moral of the story here is never forget your first
Mm.
mixer.
Mixer.
Mixer,
Yeah. That I was
Yes, yes. All right, go on.
Wait, so how did you like sort of move on? So bought your first mixer, started learning, then what?
When I felt I was like confident enough to like
And how long did it take?
play, that took me a good year or 2 years actually.
Just practicing yourself, showing your friends.
I actually didn't show anybody. I kept it
Oh.
a secret. Like I didn't really tell anyone I was a DJ until I was sure of myself that I could actually perform.
Wow.
And then I started off with like I remember the first ever. I think it's still on my Instagram. The first post that was my first gig. It was at this restaurant. I went to eat dinner there once with my family,
Okay.
and then I saw like the big mixer set over there, and
Mm.
I was like, "Yeah, what if I could get on that?" And the lady at the restaurant was kind enough to let me just play around with it, and I was
Nice.
like, I acted like I was the biggest DJ in town with the big mixer and
Oh,
stuff.
Nice.
And then I told her like, "Hey, I'm actually learning how to DJ. Could you give me a chance to play at your place?"
Right.
And it was just a small restaurant. It was nothing too big, like. And I was like, okay, why not? We try it out. And then I actually played there. I'm not gonna lie, I flopped. I flopped hard
Gosh. Okay.
because it was like the most advanced machine, and I was like
Right.
15 and freaking out.
Ah.
But yeah, like that's how you learn, right? And then
Right.
from then on, I was like, okay, I need to get really, really, really good. Like this is not gonna
Right.
do me anything. This is not gonna do me wonders.
Right, right, right.
So yeah, that's how I came about starting up
So then
my business. Yeah.
it started from fascination, and then it became like a skill. Like, you acquired a skill after that.
Yeah.
Through
yeah.
practice, through hard work. And then after that, I believe, Soham, we have this question of your actual life right now. Like, what does a regular DJ's day look like? Like, what does your week look like?
Like, so basically you're a university student, you're studying at Baroque right now. So what is the lifestyle like being a DJ? Is it healthy? Because you're balancing your life out as a DJ and a university student. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, a usual typical week would be like so obviously I have school from like Monday to Friday,
Hmm.
and since I'm doing it online, most of my classes and stuff are like late night,
Oh,
and I'm usually working late night as well. So like I get all my stuff done there,
Oh.
and I usually leave the mornings for like to do like assignments and stuff, or
Oh,
like
so not sleeping.
I
so
kind
you're
of I
nocturnal?
sleep like not much. Like, I don't
Okay.
sleep a lot anymore,
Okay.
as much as I used to, because like back then it was much more comfortable, right?
Right, right, right.
But yeah, no, the sleep has gotten really less nowadays, and obviously I perform on the weekends, so I don't have class or work on the weekends, and I try to keep it free. So the weekends get kind of busy, and it also depends. Like sometimes, because most of my gigs are like private, I play like private parties,
Okay.
and they don't have like specific days. Like it's not a Friday, or it could be any day. It could be like a week.
Oh wow.
Like weddings are like weeks, right?
True, true,
Yeah,
true.
And they're
I
like
saw
in
them.
different provinces
Like a
and
random
stuff.
Monday or something, it'll be a wedding.
Yeah, so like it's really like it really depends. It actually really depends. But like a typical week would be Friday, Saturday, Sunday gigging, and then Monday to Friday just hustling.
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 That's
Damn.
nice. That's nice. That's
But
nice.
like with the sleep, do you think it's healthy? Do you think you'll be able to sustain such a lifestyle? Because, some people say sleep. Like, of course, sleep is really important, but at the same time, it's like you're growing yourself. So
Well, it's definitely not healthy. I don't
Right.
recommend it. But we're at this age where we can do it, right?
how old
And
are you?
I'm 20.
Yeah, yeah.
20.
I just
Alright,
turned
nice.
20. Legal.
A fresh adult, guys. A fresh adult in the house. All right, okay.
Yep. Yeah. So like I was saying, it's not very healthy. Obviously, it's not healthy, but
Right.
I feel like I can manage. It's not too difficult or something I would complain about.
Mhm.
If I can get some sleep here and there, I would definitely go for it. But other than that, I don't have like any complaints.
Don't have any. That's
Oh,
great, dude.
Damn.
Yeah. So, I mean, of course, now that we know your lifestyle, we want to sort of now again rewind a little bit and come on to when you started, right? How did you market yourself as a DJ? Because I know Bangkok is like known for its nightlife and all these things. And being a DJ in such a competitive, I assume it is competitive, right?
It is 100%
100%
competitive,
competitive.
yeah.
Yeah. So then how did you market yourself at first? And, of course, you faced quite a few challenges.
And
right?
it is a cutthroat environment. Bangkok is not an easy one to get into. So many gigs because a lot of complaints, a lot of requests, and so it's not
Right.
very easy. So, what were the major challenges you faced as a DJ in the Bangkok environment, and how did you market yourself?
Well, I kind of started off like I said, I do private gigs mostly. It was just mostly like friends of friends through like word of mouth.
All right.
That, oh, I'm a DJ, I can do your events. How did I market myself?
Yeah.
I kind of offered like half the rate of what other DJs would give, so I could get
Okay.
the exposure initially.
Right.
And yeah, so I would just charge very, very, very less, and they'd be like, "Damn, like, is this for real? Like,
So
just
cheap.
that's it."
Right. Right. Of
But
course.
I wouldn't mind because I enjoyed doing it anyway, and it was just like a little money on the side. So I didn't really
Ah.
care for the money part in the beginning, at
Right.
least. But then as I did like longer sets, it was like kind of tiring, right?
Yeah,
It was
like,
yeah, and
I'm
then you're
not
like,
getting paid
yeah,
enough for
yeah.
this
Yeah,
shit.
he's
Like,
giving
true,
us so
true.
much time, and at the same time, he's getting paid so much less than everyone
yeah,
else.
yeah, exactly. And then I started doing my first like big gig, you could say, was
Right.
I don't know if people remember Valentino. It
Oh,
was like
yeah.
it was like a party in town.
Yeah,
Valentino.
I remember when this
And
happened. It happened.
you were the like the head DJ there or something.
Yeah, and that
Oh.
was a really funny story actually. Like they already had a DJ and everything.
Okay.
It's just that I knew a few people who were organizing that party, and I hit them up and be like,
Oh.
"Yo, please give me this chance.
Nice.
I can blow it up. Like trust me."
Awesome.
And they were like, "Okay, send in your mixes."
Oh, so it was like for like DJ audition or something, like a mini
Yeah, of course,
audition.
because
Okay.
they need to trust, right? They
Of
can't
course.
just like get a random DJ up there and
Right.
be like. So yeah, they heard my mix and they were like, "Alright, we got you." They kicked another DJ out so I could play, and I was
What?
like, "Holy
Damn.
shit!" Like
That is so cool.
I need to bang this party. Like
right.
as soon as I get there, like I have to rip the roof off this place.
Right. And you
And-
did that.
And I guess I did. Yeah.
You did just that.
I mean-
Awesome. There's one thing that you mentioned in this, which was you didn't do it for the money at first. So if you would be comfortable to share, what did you do it for? Like at first, just as a hobby,
Like, what
as an
motivated
interest?
you to pursue this?
Well, as I had interest in music, I realized that like I really had an ear for music. Like it was really easy for me to do particular things in DJing
Okay.
that many DJs take very long time to learn.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh,
I was like, okay, this is definitely not natural, right?
Hmm.
yeah.
Or this may be natural. You never know.
right.
And as I kept like learning and figuring out how to become a DJ,
yeah.
I kind of realized like it's an actual like talent. It's something I was kind of maybe born with, you could say.
Great, man.
So I just capitalized on that, and I was like, I'm having a good time. I'm doing what I love, and the money is just an extra at first, right? But I guess you could say now it's all about the money.
But isn't what Gay told us somewhat of a thing? It's not who you know. Sorry, it's not what you know, but it's who you know. Like the power of networking, the power of like you may be the best. Of course, you're really good at DJing, but you
I'd
may
like to think so. Yeah,
No,
I'd like to think so.
As a witness, yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's an amazing DJ.
Thank you.
it's more of like it's not what you know, it's who you know, right? It's
Right.
more
It's
of
like
the
network is your net worth. I've heard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
the power of knowing people. Because yes, maybe that guy could have been better. Maybe I mean, he probably wasn't, but maybe he could have been better. But it's the fact that you had a personal relationship that you could get yourself into that gig and you could get through it, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I could say I was a little bit lucky there, but I would say it's my own effort too. If I didn't contact that dude, I would have never gotten the first gig because Valentino did get me to do all their other gigs, which was Quarantino,
Ah.
Quarantino 2, Spooky. That was all me, and I wouldn't have
Sweet, man.
I wouldn't have gone there if I didn't start with Valentino, right?
Right.
And I just sometimes I just look back and like wonder like, damn, what if I never contacted this dude? What if? Because I was this type of person
Whoa.
that, oh,
Right.
you know, it's a big party, they're never gonna hire me, and
Right.
I would just back down. But I don't know. That day something came into. It was like 11:45 on a school
Whoa.
night, 11:45 p.m. on a school night,
Right.
and I was just like looking at posters, and I'm like, should I like contact them? You know, like it's not gonna
Right.
hurt, right? Like if I just send
Yeah,
them
it
a
was like
message,
instinct, sort of.
yeah, and then I wrote
Yeah.
like a really sweet message on Instagram at the end. I'm like, oh, whoever the organizer is, like,
Right.
I'm a DJ. If you need my services, like, I was really like corporate-y, like, like if you need my
Nice.
services, and then they're like,
What are you doing?
what's this guy on about?
Right.
And then, but yeah, I did get the chance, and I took it completely, and hope I made the best of it. Yeah.
That's so awesome, though. I mean, over here, I think there's one thing that we can learn, and correct me if I'm wrong, if this actually happened or did not happen, but it's like, if you did not get the chance, that action that you took, that step you took off, like, you know, sort of texting them, you would have no regrets for that, would you? of taking that step only. Looking
Yeah.
back, right? You would have no regrets.
Yeah.
So basically, sometimes we have to sort of put our hesitation aside, that our mental barriers or biases aside, and then like just take an action step because we have no idea what wonders it might do in the future.
Exactly,
Do you agree with
exactly.
that?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that because, well, you just gotta think like, what's the worst that could happen?
Right.
At that moment, I was just like, what's the worst that could happen? He's gonna say no,
Right.
right? That's not gonna, nothing's gonna change. He's just gonna say no, and then move on with my day. So
Mm.
once you start thinking like that, it can actually lead you to many better ways, to be honest. And I tried to use that mindset and kept going along with that. That whatever I do or however I get my gigs,
Right.
I'm just gonna go in there. And if they like it, they like it. They don't like it, they don't like it. It's as simple as that.
Right. Awesome, man.
Okay, so I think this is a question for myself.
Hmm.
So you're an international DJ. You're not just a DJ in Bangkok, right?
Yeah, recently you could say.
But okay, so how did you
Alright.
get yourself out of that market of just because of course you can be good at something, you can be good in a small community, but how is it that you grew yourself sort of outside that little like of course not little, but you know what I mean? Like there's a small community and you sort of build yourself and you take yourself from one community, take it to the other, take it to the other.
Right.
And so how did you of course you spoke about Valentino, but after Valentino, of course that didn't mean that you were in every single gig where you were, but how did you get yourself from one small group and then sort of spread
Because
yourself
going
around?
international is a pretty big deal, right? So then how did you like
And not just international, but also a lot of different groups in Thailand because Thailand's a pretty big place, right? So how did you sort of get yourself around?
Again, I would like to say that it was purely through word of mouth.
Oh damn.
wow.
Obviously, I don't have like the resources to make myself look like one of the biggest DJs. And like I said, it's just a hobby, right? It's not something I really want to do super professionally.
Right.
I'd love to keep it at a professional level, but I'm not going to be investing a lot of time, money, and effort into making myself like a public figure.
Right.
Or if that's what people are looking for, that's not gonna be me. So it was mostly just through word of mouth, like, oh, I do private stuff. You can check my stuff out. I kind of
Yeah.
created like a whole portfolio for myself that
Nice.
these are the previous gigs I've done, and like sort of like a resume, but not really a resume. It's just like my previous work and stuff. And through that, like many people are actually willing to give a chance. You know, it's not only about like how much I charge and stuff, because like nowadays people actually don't give a hoot about the price. if they're paying like $1 million for some DJ, it better be a very good DJ, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
of course,
For sure,
of
yeah.
course.
Exactly. So they don't really care about the pricing, which is what I've realized. So I just try to give my best, right? And my only agenda is that I play according to the client's request. So whatever the client's looking for, that's what I'm there for, right?
Wait, so okay, so we were talking about international. What was your first experience going international and how was it like?
First one was Hong Kong.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about it.
Hong
So
Kong. I actually have family in Hong Kong,
yeah.
and one of them hooked me up with like a club, and I wasn't even allowed in a club. But
How old were
yeah,
you?
because I was this was like a year and a half ago. So just
18
after
and a
like
half,
COVID,
right, yeah.
COVID ended, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, but the quarantine rules and stuff were really strict in Hong Kong, so it was really tough for me to get this gig. But I still went through with it anyway, and yeah, so they got me hooked up to a club, and I performed for them, and
Right.
I guess they enjoyed it, and they called me back again this year,
Okay.
which
Oh,
is
damn.
where I just came from.
Yeah.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, so I
man.
mean, whenever you guys listen to Gary was just back in Hong Kong a few weeks ago, actually.
Yeah, it was.
but seriously, that's so awesome though that you're not allowed in a club, like you can't go there
Was
like in
not
a
allowed.
party. Was.
Oh, we
yeah,
went
now legal, now
he's-
legal,
he's not- he's not- he's not
legal.
kid now.
Now you ain't stopping me.
Right, yeah. So you were not allowed. You were not allowed in a club, but you were still DJing for them and still doing all
Yeah.
those things.
And because of that, I've actually lost a lot of opportunities as well. Like,
What do you mean?
Ah.
I was actually hired full time for a club here in Bangkok. I wouldn't name
Whoa.
them for privacy
Sure, sure,
purposes.
sure.
Of course, of course.
But I signed a full term contract, residency every Friday, Saturday night, and I was super excited.
Right.
And then like a week before my first show, these guys come up and be like, "I didn't know you were 18,"
Whoa.
and I was like, did you not like realize like do I look that old to you? Like, did you not realize I was underage? And they're like, oh yeah, and then we can't do this. Like, this is completely illegal. And I'm like, dude, but like, come on, like, you know,
Right.
it's fine. Like, it's not a problem. But they're like, no, it is a problem. And I'm
Whoa.
like, it's a bummer.
Say lovey.
And that's how I kind of lost like my really, really big shot once.
Oh damn. Okay, now we went back a little bit to quarantine. So I think I remember specifically you made a mix during quarantine. So how did you sort of get through as a DJ during quarantine? Because there wasn't much that you could do. How did you, as a person, get through that period of time?
Well, in my view, quarantine was like where all the digital content started popping. Like everyone was going more like creating digital content instead of like
True.
real life content. And
Yeah.
I thought like, you know, I see other DJs like doing mixes and stuff, like just
Right.
1 hour recordings of like them
Yeah.
on a yacht or something.
Right.
Obviously, I can't go on a yacht and start recording, right?
Yeah. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Maybe
Yeah,
one day.
yeah.
Maybe one day.
Not yet. Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was like, where's the simplest place, the most classiest place? I was like, my rooftop. I have like a
Oh.
rooftop,
All right.
and I was like,
We're not gonna say where it is, by the way.
the city's the city's beautiful from there.
Yeah.
And I was like, I could do it like a sunset thing, you know, my pop. It was like more of a deep house electro vibe,
Oh, okay.
that mix. It's available on SoundCloud if you'd like to hear.
Sweet.
For sure.
Self
Yeah.
promotion.
Right.
But yeah, so that's how I came about the mix that you're referring to.
And so, I mean, yeah, it was tough, but did you learn it? What did you learn as a DJ? Like, I mean, through this quarantine phase, did you learn anything specifically that so changed your take, or do you think it was completely the same as before?
Well, it was definitely not the same. I kind of just stopped looking at what I could do if there was no quarantine,
Mm.
and started using that time to kind of improve myself.
Right.
Because I realized most people are going to be out of work, obviously, because of COVID and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's where you really change your own game, is you
Oh.
focus on what you can improve upon yourself, upon your
Yeah,
business, upon the way you present yourself. And then kind of, if you're not ready to do something, you really shouldn't, because first it's going to be like it's forced. And when anything is
Yeah.
forced, it always goes haywire.
Yeah.
So the best you could do is maybe come up with a plan and
Oh.
use that plan to your advantage and kind of follow through it. So it's not necessary that if I was sitting at home for 2 years doing nothing, I gotta be doing something the third year, right?
Right.
But some people have different ideas. Some people have different opinions. Most of them, as soon as the scene is back, everyone wants to hop on the scene,
Right.
Yeah.
hop on the bandwagon. But yeah, no, I just took that time to kind of improve what I already know and maybe learn a few new things and kind of get through with a big plan on how I'm gonna carry out my operation.
There's actually this one insight here that happened during COVID for a lot of people, and like especially you, because you just said that, which is COVID, of course, caused a lot of problems for us. But in those problems, a few sought for opportunities, and they made the most of those opportunities, and they adapted maybe their business, what they do for life, or anything. They
Yeah.
adapted, and that led to a lot of growth. Because even though we think of it as like a recession time and whatever,
Yeah.
it led to a lot of growth for a lot of people because they saw that problem as an opportunity.
Yeah, you're
Right?
you're right. I agree. I agree. A lot of people have done that, and a lot of people are still doing that.
Right.
And it's kind of because they got like their own goals and stuff, and like they came across an idea and they kind of made it a reality,
Mhm.
something like that. And yeah, perks to them. Like, you know, they did something really good. They thought it through, and they went through with it, which is something I actually want to bring out to you guys
All right.
today. Is that actually the first step in doing everything is just to start. If none of us would have just started, none
Right.
of us would be here. So
Right.
if you're ever confused about something or don't know how to play it out, just start. And then once you're on a rhythm, then maybe it'll take you somewhere.
All right. That is awesome. And this is a good note to sort of start wrapping up this podcast. But we DJ Gary, have for you a special rapid fire round. A small, concise rapid fire, but we have to do this with you. I mean, Soham, go for the first one.
Alright, let's get to it. So, number one, start and easy. What's your favorite thing to do besides DJing?
Listen to music.
Okay,
Alright.
alright, go.
Do DJs get a lot of girls? Yo, what are you making me say, man? Do DJs get a lot of girls? But I mean, if it's written, then you should probably answer.
Other DJs, not me.
Oh no.
Other DJs, not you. All
Okay,
right,
now-
all right, okay.
What's one place you want to DJ in the future? Like,
Tomorrowland.
oh, damn.
Oh, all right, all right.
No.
Now could be a rapid fire, could be a serious little thing, but have you ever faced discrimination in this field?
Because of course you went in young and you are.
Right. I mean, of course, we've already touched upon this, like, that incident which happened because you were like not given the gig because you were underage. But anything else,
Any other?
like racial discrimination or any other thing? that
I
you would-
wouldn't say like direct racial discrimination,
Alright.
just like indirect.
Like,
Like
oh.
how it is in Bangkok, it's actually pretty calm because you don't look Thai,
Right.
but I
right.
can speak Thai, right?
Right, of
And
course.
not many people would think I could speak
Right.
Thai until I open my mouth. And yeah, so some of them would just ignore my request because I had like a brown name or a brown face because they wouldn't think I'm Thai,
yeah,
right?
of course.
And obviously, like if you're non-Thai, it's very hard to get a job or like
Mm.
Yeah.
so. It's just more complicated for them. And I'm like, bro, just hear me out.
Yeah.
Hear me out for
Yeah,
a second,
right,
man. But yeah, that's pretty much all I faced. I didn't actually face like direct racism, nor
Right.
would I compare myself because there are lengths to this topic, and I wouldn't like to portray myself like, oh, I was one of the victims of racism.
Right.
That's not something I'd like to do. So yeah, all in all, indirect racism, you can say it like a tad
And-
bit.
And we've
Sure.
also touched into a bit of ageism that people treat you a bit differently because you're a bit.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty normal. Like, you wouldn't let any 15-year-old play for your club, right? Like, you could think as yourself as like a club owner. Like, would you
Right.
ever let a 15-year-old take over your whole crowd? It's
Yeah,
a
no,
it's a big risk, right?
It's a big risk.
It's a
But
big risk.
if
yeah.
that 15-year-old was DJ Gary, I would 100% let him take over. So, lovely note to end this on.
Lovely.
Yeah.
note.
Perfect. All right.
Alright,
cheers.
Thank you so much to all of you thirsty watchers. Thank you, DJ Gary, for
thank
being here. And we do want to call you on many more future episodes.
I'd
So,
love to.
yep, stay tuned for that. And we will look forward to that. Thank you so much for
Alright, guys. One more
Cheers,
thing.
guys.
Go follow. go follow Thirsty Tales podcast on Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify, and get the word around everywhere.
Please, yeah, we need your love, guys.
We need your love. Spread the love. And well, yeah. Thank you so much. And this is Thirsty Tales out.